Let's start from the beginning. A couple of months ago I made my first game, and the only goal I had for it when making it is just finish it. Because you know, most indie game developers suffer from procrastination.
Our game, a postmortem, how to cope with failure.
For my first venture I'm fairly satisfied, and I started to look for other projects that I could make. After trying to make something bigger and more polished, I thought, you know what? How about adding online multiplayer? Of course, adding it to such a big game is going to be a challenge, so I gave myself a break with a new project that I could finish in about a week. Alright, but what game should I make? I started brainstorming and I had two ideas in mind. First, I need to pick something simple and turn-based to deal with lag easier. After all, it's an experiment with online multiplayer, so it needs to be something fairly easy to code. I settled on that cat vs dog flash game, except I also wanted to make it 3D. See, another idea was to use the wind system from 3D Worms games, but actually make it intuitive to grasp. In these games you could always go around an obstacle, so wind wasn't really worth learning, unlike in 2D games where positioning is everything and using other options was easier, but can't be done forever. With that in mind, I decided to make a turn-based artillery game. In order to hit your opponent you need to shoot at the right angle and power, but wind curves your shots, so you have to adapt each turn. I did some test graphics for the playing field and started prototyping. Getting the game working early was really satisfying and really fast. It's the polishing that took the longest. For example, reading these values is unintuitive, especially the wind, so after a while I just used a stylized interface. Also, at one point the cannons went absolutely apeshit. The game was finished in terms of mechanics. You can turn your cannon, change the shot power, shoot, deal damage, check for direct hits, there's a wind system with different strengths and several directions, all that stuff. I made sure every shot can be direct under any wind condition and the game is done. It's a casual game that anybody can play and invite a friend over if you're both bored or waiting for coffee or whatever. Then I started coding the multiplayer. Following some tutorials proved sufficient enough and I had the basics figured out. I also made sure that everything was synced up, so you could actually play with each other instead of experiencing
parallel universes.
But wait!
How are people going to connect? You can't do direct IP connections because not everyone wants to configure their routers and open ports to play. You can't do dedicated servers either because it costs money for such a small experiment. So what do we do? This is where Gotham.io comes in to help. The game is made using Godot, my engine of choice, and this website was optimized for running them. Faster load times, smaller file sizes, ease of access on both PC and mobile, and most importantly, easy multiplayer without port forwarding, dedicated servers and any of that crap. It's also very versatile and you can make anything from server browsers to matchmaking systems. For my game I added 3 multiplayer options. The first one is of course local multiplayer. The second is fighting another random guy over the internet that you can fight. The third option allows you to generate a special link. You send that link to your friend and now you can play with each other. The best thing of all is that I can embed the game onto other platforms and still benefit from the amazing online multiplayer capabilities. That also means I can possibly get more people into playing online. The game is available right now, so check the link in the description or the pinned comment. Give me your thoughts on the game, and in the meantime I'll continue my other bigger project, where I'm gonna show it when it's done.